Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What is poppin', y'all? It's your man, Cloudboy Bales. Welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports Weekly, where today, of course, we got more things coming to you in the Wisconsin Badgers. Man, it's been quite an interesting month. Of course, the new addition is Luke Fickell, new head coach, new start. He's bringing his people with him. A couple the defensive coordinator, and the defensive backs coach, and it's a new start. Lots of new recruits coming in, some big name people that I've heard some good things about. Also, Phil Longo, the UNC offensive coordinator, who's a really great offensive coordinator. He helped shape some of the best talent that's in the NFL right now. Also, that guy that's also the offensive line coach at UNC right now, he also came over. This is going to be a whole new look for the Wisconsin Badgers. The real question was, who was going to start at quarterback? Now, of course, there's a lot of talk, because I made a video on people that I possibly thought could be this list, but of course, the guy that decided to come here wasn't even a guy that I even thought of. Because this was a guy that didn't even get any playing time, but honestly deserves recognition. I'm talking about Nick Evers. Yes, that is the second Evers in Madison. Just weird. Just how does that happen? But anyways, he is from Texas, and his family has lots of ties to Madison, which is why I think he went there. His brother was actually recruiting there, was trying to get there, I think. So he's, I think, supposed to be on the Badgers next year. So he decided to come here as well. 4-star quarterback, dual threat quarterback, exactly what Luke Fickell and Phil Longo are looking for. I mean, this is exactly the type of guy that you want. When Graham Mertz transferred, it was pretty much you got to find the new guy. You got to find someone who has the ability to run out of the pocket, make plays, also run with his feet. We were looking for that. We haven't had that since Russell Wilson. And being stuck with Joel Stave, Alex Hornibrook, Bart Houston, and Graham Mertz just was unfortunate. We just did not have we basically had all these guys that were just sat in the pocket and threw passes. Mainly, a lot of them were interceptions, unfortunately. But you know what? Some were touchdowns. But obviously, we are known for running the football, but the thing is, we need a passing attack. It's great that we got all our receivers back, but we need a quarterback that can really come out of the pocket and make plays. Nick Evers, I think, is that guy. Of course, let's talk about who he is. He is a true freshman this past season at Oklahoma. He joined the Sooners as an early enrollee last January as one of the top quarterbacks in the 2022 recruiting class and heralded a 4-star. I think he's the number 8 or 9, so that's a good thing. I think 137th player in the country for his grade level by 247 Sports. He had offers from Auburn, Cincinnati, Florida, Iowa, Louisville, Minnesota, Ole Miss, Penn State, TCU, Virginia Tech. And, of course, not Wisconsin, but hey, he picked Oklahoma. And, he was expected to be the new guy coming forward, but then Dylan Gabriel transferred there, and they decided to start him. Dylan Gabriel, of course, got one more season left, so Evers was like, I don't want to stay here. So, of course, he entered the transfer portal and decided he's like, I'm coming to Wisconsin. He is going to be awesome against Phil Longo because the North Carolina offensive coordinator has found success with quarterbacks demonstrating the ability to move with the football, including, of course, Drake May, the quarterback right now at North Carolina, and Sam Howell, who's now in the NFL, I think, on the Commanders, if I'm correct. Also, he was on Ole Miss. DK Metcalf and A.J. Brown were some of the receivers that came out of there. He's got there's some great talent that's came out of there. So that is definitely awesome. Evers has an ability to move the football. He's did that after recording 648 rushing yards as a senior in high school, while throwing over 5,000 yards and 44 touchdowns in his final 2 seasons at the prep level. Now, of course, he is still improving at the college ranks because he basically redshirted. He only played 1 game, and that was just 1 incomplete pass. The game was already over, so it's pretty much he was just coming in for garbage time. He joins a rather thin quarterback room because Graham Mertz transferred, Chase Bowles the senior, so really you don't have many people. Right now, there's Miles Burkett, the freshman, who was on the scholarship that went to Franklin. You got walk-on Marshall Ho. I didn't even know who he even existed. And also incoming freshman Cole LaCrue out of Colorado, out of the state of Colorado. He's 3-star quarterback, maybe a guy that ends up being good. Those are the guys that are going to be there for spring practice. Those 4 are expected to be the guys on the team trying to go for the starting role. I think it's going to be Evers, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, it's not over for quarterbacks. The Badgers could still possibly get another quarterback because Virginia transfer Brennan Armstrong also came to Wisconsin for a visit, so it's very possible, and not just them. There's other names and other guys that could show up to Wisconsin and be like, oh, let's start this guy. It's possible. Anybody could definitely come here, but it's a big deal. Evers is one of the highest rated recruits in Wisconsin's roster heading spring ball, and I'm just excited to see how he can come ahead of this playbook in Madison and develop for next season. I mean, he has raw film, I will admit that, but his athleticism and attributes make him a great, intriguing player, and I think he fits the modern quarterback that teams at the college and NFL level can really look at. Fickell had of course, the previous relationship because Cincinnati was one of the names I did mention, and, I think Cincinnati, after going to Wisconsin, he's just like, I want to give a second chance. Evers is the first transfer edition, and I think with his transfer, that's going to bring in a lot of people to be like, oh, if he's going there, I like this guy, I'm going to come in too. Obviously, a lot of names that he's going to be throwing to. Badgers regaining wide receiver Marcus Allen and offensive lineman Michael Furtney. Of course, they were going to transfer, but decided not to after the signing of Fickell. But you got a great group of wide receivers. Chimere Dike, Skylar Bell, Keontae Lewis, and Marcus Allen are all back, so that's great to see. I think Cundiff's got 1 more season. But we're going to sit there and see a lot of people really contributing with the level. Hopefully our offensive line is improving next season, and having Braylon Allen back is definitely going to be huge, because obviously you really got to see it. You got to really have number 0 back in your lineup. But Fickell went aggressively after Evers, and I'm really excited to see how he does. It's some great names coming in there. Braden Moore, Jonas DeColna, Tucker Ashcraft. Those are some names that might be on the team next year, some recruits. I'm excited to see how things go because Fickell has been really doing a great job getting some people. I'm really excited to see how he does and how the future of the Wisconsin Badgers football program does. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in the future. So, obviously, not much to talk about, but hopefully we'll see some more news come out soon. The bowl game against Oklahoma State is on December 27th at 9 o'clock p.m. on ESPN, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Obviously, no words on who will start at quarterback or what will even happen, so we'll see what happens. But obviously, it's just a game to really look forward to the future. This will be Fickell's first game coaching and Leonard's last game coaching for the Badgers. So, of course, there'll be one many fans will want to tune into, especially to wish Leonard hopeful success in the future. So, without further ado, obviously, if you like my content, give a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more information. And as always, on Wisconsin, we will see you next time. Go Badgers.